Welcome back to Dinar Alert. Today, we're demystifying two terms you hear all the time, RV and RE. What do they actually mean? Let's break it down in simple terms. First up, what is RV? RV stands for revaluation. Think of it as giving a currency a promotion. It's when a country's central bank officially decides to increase the value of its currency against others, like the US dollar, SLU. For example, if one Iraqi dinar is worth a fraction of a cent, a revaluation might officially change its value to, say, 10 cents. This isn't decided by the market. It's an official announcement from the government. Why would a country do this? It usually happens when its economy gets much stronger. Maybe its exports are booming, it has a lot of foreign currency reserves from things like oil, or it wants to control inflation by making imports cheaper. A stronger currency can also attract foreign investors. But remember, a major revaluation is pretty rare because it can cause big shifts in global trade. Next, what is RE? RE stands for Reinstatement. This is totally different. Reinstatement means bringing a currency back to its old previous value or status. This usually happens after a major crisis like a war, sanctions, or an economic collapse. So, it's not about creating a new, higher value. It's about restoring what was lost. For example, if a currency was worth $3 before a war, but dropped to a fraction of a cent, a reinstatement would aim to bring it back toward that original $3 level. A country might do this when the crisis is over, a stable government is back in charge, and major issues like corruption or banking problems are being fixed. Reinstatement is about rejoining the global financial system and regaining trust. So, what's the key difference between RV and RE? It's simple. RV means creating a new, higher value. RI means restoring the old value. Revaluation is driven by a strong economy, while reinstatement is about recovery from a crisis. Think of it this way. RV is a promotion. RE is getting your old job back. How would these play out in real life? A revaluation would instantly change exchange rates. Exports would get cheaper for the country, but its exports would become more expensive for everyone else. For anyone holding that currency, its value would change overnight. A reinstatement, on the other hand, is more about getting back to normal. It's often tied to big events like sanctions being lifted or rejoining international banking systems like SWIFT. This would make the currency recognized globally again, restoring investor confidence and making trade much easier. So why do we hear so much about RV and RI, especially with the Iraqi Dinar? Many people believe that as Iraq's economy and political situation stabilize, one of two things might happen. The government could reinstate the dinar's pre-war value, or it could revalue the currency to a new level that reflects its massive oil wealth. But here's the most important part. Neither of these outcomes is guaranteed. They depend on government decisions, economic performance, political stability, and many other factors. Let's clear up a few common misconceptions. First, RV doesn't mean everyone gets rich overnight. These changes are usually controlled and modest. Second, RV and RE are not the same thing, as we've just covered. Third, a revaluation can't happen in secret. It must be a public, official announcement. And finally, just because a country has a lot of oil doesn't automatically mean its currency will be revalued. It's a much more complex decision. To sum it all up, RV or revaluation is when a government actively raises its currency's value to a new, higher level. RE or reinstatement is when a government restores its currency's old value after a crisis has passed. Both require stability and careful planning. Understanding these concepts helps you cut through the noise and analyze the news more effectively. Thanks for watching. If you found this explanation helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to Dinar Alert, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you next time.